I'm Michael Sinato with the Real News Network, and here we have with us Senator Joe Manchin's primary challenger in West Virginia with brand new Congress, Paula Jean Swearengin. So Paula, thanks for being with us today. So can you tell us a little bit about why Joe Manchin deserves to be primaried?
Because he's corporate serving and not people serving. His daughter is the CEO of Manchin, and she's his second top donor. He has a lot of investments in the coal industry. He's not invested in our communities. For a long time, we've dealt with politicians like him and Evan Jenkins and Shelley Moore Capito that have been bought and paid for, and they're invested in our demise. And we have dealt with generation after generation of cultural genocide, but we've also won many labor struggles. Our ancestors have fought and won. And that's not going to end in this generation. People in West Virginia are sick and tired of corrupt politicians not investing in a stable economy, not investing in a good economic infrastructure. They're not investing in health care, and they're not investing in education. And we have one of the biggest drug epidemics in the nation, and his pocketbooks are part of that. Part of his pocketbook, his pocketbook is part of that. So yeah, we're just tired of being sick and tired. I'm a single mom in Coal City, West Virginia. I got tired of begging him every time I seen him for clean water, clean air, progression in West Virginia. We just don't have it. We're one of the sickest and poorest states in the nation, and we have no return in our communities, and West Virginia is rising up.
And what do you make of Senator Manchin really embracing conservative outlets? He held an hour-long off-the-record meeting with Breitbart. He praised Trump about the Paris Climate Agreement. So why do you think corporate Democrats, establishment Democrats, have really been silent in holding Manchin accountable?
I don't know why they're not holding him accountable, but West Virginia certainly hold him accountable, because we asked for a progressive platform that we're not receiving from the DNC or him. And
what hasn't Manchin been doing in terms of addressing a lot of the issues, the opioid issue in West Virginia, and the poverty issues? Well,
they're not even trying to create a diverse economic infrastructure, because their funders are funded and making themselves rich. He makes decisions for his funders. Yeah, he's not doing anything. And one of his funders, his daughter, Manchin, I mean, it's common sense. He doesn't even want. We had medicinal marijuana come into West Virginia. He calls marijuana a gateway drug. His daughter's connected to that too, so it's going to benefit the pharmaceutical companies, but it's not really going to benefit West Virginia that much. We need greener technologies. We can build solar panels and wind farms in West Virginia, and we just don't have it. We just don't have it, and he's not invested in giving it to us. So, by the people, for the people, we're going to take our state back.
And what do you have to say to Democrats and even some progressives who write off states like West Virginia as Trump country?
In West Virginia, we're bid against each other for basic human rights, and that's putting food on our tables and water. Bernie won the primary in West Virginia, but Donald Trump came in and promised jobs. There was that little clip with Hillary Clinton saying that she was, we're going to put coal miners out of work. So people are afraid. I mean, people are really hungry and afraid in West Virginia. But we have some of the higher rates of birth defects, cancer, asthma. Some of our children are now getting some of the diseases that coal miners are known to get because they've, working deep in their minds. So it's just depression. It's oppression and desperation. I hope America starts noticing and maybe investing in helping us a little bit, because we are good, hospitable people. But when it's a hard feeling to worry where your next meal is going to come from, or if you're going to be able to pay your power bill or keep a roof over your head, your kids' heads. That's not fair, to blame us because we have those basic needs that we're not getting.
And how should progressives be holding the coal industry accountable? Because it seems people in West Virginia really do hold the coal in high regard because of the jobs it's provided. But what are the solutions to the automation, being and the coal industry declining?
Well, I'm afraid we should, our leaders should have been looking at alternatives probably 20, 30 years ago, and they haven't. And I just said, why? I'm afraid even if we start advancing to other technologies, we're still going to suffer for a while. We're already experiencing depopulation because people are having to move away from employment. That's why we have to, trillions of dollars have went out of West Virginia for coal. We need to put those trillions of dollars back. The Industrial Revolution was built on the backs of coal miners, their families, and surrounding communities. This nation was powered by our blood. West Virginia now needs to invest and put that money back into our infrastructure. The taxpayers' dollars is having to pick up the slack, even like with the Reclaim Act in West Virginia now, and we're having to pay for it, not the industry, not our leaders. So I'd like to see West Virginia be put back on the map as far as a good, stable economic infrastructure and give people jobs that's not going to kill them and not going to kill their neighbors.
So in the current climate with Trump president and the Republicans already controlling both houses, I think a lot of people are afraid of challenging people like a Joe Manchin, who's a corporate Democrat, because they don't want to weaken him in the face of a Republican challenger. What do you say to those people that say, look, we have to just be thankful it's a Democrat in office, and we have to focus more on taking on Republicans and expanding. We focus in the White House and taking more seats in the Senate and the House of Representatives. How do you respond to those kind of arguments?
Joe Manchin's only a Democrat by name. He's got the same funders as as Evan Jenkins. If people are worried about us not having Democrats, then look at Joe Manchin. He's not a Democrat.